Let's do it.
Fucking buttons, man.
Do it right. Do it now. Do it just like you should.
How about a beer?
My neck. My back. Yes,
my
let's go.
pussy and my crack.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No.
No, my beer glass and my...
And my...
Damn it. I thought I had something and I lost it. But I was on the right track for something.
My beer glass and my crake.
Exactly.
Crake?
See? Like, we're struggling here.
What do they drink whiskey out of? What's that called?
A snifter?
Yeah. Out of my Glen.
Glenfiddich?
Yeah. Glenmorangie.
3 fingers of Glenfiddich, please. I'll do vermouth with a steel toe, something on the side.
Kick it to the side.
Kick it to the side. There you go. I thought this one you might.
Ooh, I like this label.
I know you haven't had this one yet. And I had bought in a 4-pack on Black Friday from Vine Street. I've had it, but it's still solid.
Oh, Imperial Stout. Midnight, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Good God.
Good go. Good Lord. That's too hot in the hot tub. What's up, everybody? It's Poor Decisions.
It's Poor Decisions. A podcast in progress.
Podcast always in progress. I still need to edit Nigel's intro.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get it, hopefully before we hit the 1 year mark or the 52 episode mark.
That is a beer.
It's Texas tea. Oil.
Earl.
Mississippi mud. I mean, it is called Mississippi Midnight.
Oh, dregs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to stop it right there.
Stop on that one. So it's 10%. It's weird that it's got dregs because it shouldn't have any dregs.
You saw it.
I saw a little clumpy, something.
Something was weird with
this
that.
This came out. They released this on Black Friday. Anyway, here we are. It's from Vine Street Brewing Company. We've done a couple Vine Street beers before. I know we've done some on videos.
It says a Bayou Ballad. Oh my God. Woof. Words. A gold moon rises and shadows play. Local critters appear after hiding all day. Raccoons in their masks of night gather around. It's pure delight. That doesn't rhyme.
It's a haiku.
A wild wolf howls. A song so sweet. While crickets play a rhythmic beat. The frogs croak. 'Tis a raucous cheer. A chorus of joy for all wild to hear. Together they play beneath the beams in Mississippi where magic dreams.
And to all good night.
Yes.
And cheers, fuckers.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Cheers, sir.
Oh, yeah. I like that nose.
No, it definitely has a good nose to it.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Wow, it's very nice.
My wife.
She is my wife. Please, my house, enjoy. I get this too. He must get this too. He gets a clock radio. I get a clock radio. He must get the clock radio. I get the TV. He cannot afford much success. All right. So, did you have something else you want to talk about on this episode? Or am I diving into something?
I mean, I don't know. We're coming into, this is the first episode of 2025.
No, it's not last episode.
Second episode of 2025. this is what I said.
This will be episode 50.
I mean, we didn't talk about sports last episode.
We did not spot. So that was actually one of the things I was getting ready. I literally just brought up, right? So everybody's talking about the Saquon, Barkley, and at this point, by the release of this episode, he may have broken the record
for Eric Dickerson's 2,100 yards in a season.
And this was one of those things. I'm like, okay, it was bound to happen because there's more games now.
Well,
right?
yeah, but he did it in what, a 14 game season? Like,
yes, and now we're up to 17 game season.
Yeah,
right. So I came across an interesting thing today, and actually I came across it on Threads. Actually, because occasionally on Meta or Instagram, you're
on Threads. Should I get on Threads? I feel like I get enough stuff.
Technically already on Threads, you just don't realize.
I don't have the app,
but you're technically if you have a Facebook or Instagram, it pretty much makes a Threads for you.
Oh, that's fucked
It's just
up.
a matter of if you're
like
on
that.
there or
I don't
not.
like that.
I
don't like that.
You don't see anything, you don't post anything. But because I have a Threads, I occasionally on Instagram and or Facebook, I will see bread stuff posted.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of clickbait type of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I actually clicked on this one. And so it literally says, before we start with he had an extra green narrative.
Oh, boy.
So Eric Dickerson, right? The record for rushing yards, right? Which was 2105. That's a shit ton of yards.
That's 50-11.
It might as well be for a running back.
Yeah.
Right? Had 379 carries. So that's a lot of carries. In comparison, Saquon Barkley, and this was after the last game, so we're recording this literally right after the episode 49.
Yeah.
Just because we can't record every week yet.
Yeah.
So we try to do 2 in a week, at least, if not 3. He's at 345 carries. Right?
Wow.
So considerable amount less, almost a whole game less.
Yeah.
If not more. That's with a heavy production load, right? Because, doing that math real quick.
Yeah, what's yards per carry, yards per game?
I don't want to try and guess. So it's 34 carries less so far.
Wow.
Do you see him getting 34 carries in the very last game?
No.
That's a lot of carries for a running back. I think the most...
And he's shy by what, 100 yards?
Right at 100 yards. So,
wow.
Yes, after the last game, he has 345 carries for 2,005 yards. So he only needs 100 more yards. He only has one more game to do it. So, but it goes on to say, it says, to have the equal amount of carries and surpass him in yards, right? He needed 101 on 34 carries in. That's 2.97 yards per carry, and he's averaging 5.81.
Good God. Well, the game was different back then. It was run first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the Eagles. This offense is, they throw the ball.
So doing that math, if you go off of the 5.81 average,
he would need 17 carries.
He need technically 18 to put him so
to round up.
I went off of 101 yards to break the record, not tie it.
Yeah.
Break the record divided by the 5.81, it's 17.38.
Round
so 17.4. So 18 carries
to
theoretically break
the all-time
rushing record
in a regular season.
And so that would give him, so if he could do it in just the 18 carries, and it's not saying he doesn't do it sooner, right?
Yeah.
Going off of just his averages. So if you go 345 plus 18, that puts him at 363.
And he's getting 5.9 a carry?
Almost 5.8. So 363 carries to Eric Dickerson's 379. So 16, right? Less carries.
Wow.
To break that record.
Wow.
Which is almost
huge.
That's
huge.
Again, like I said, he only needed 18. Then that's a game load. The average carries in a game is probably
20
on a high side. I think.
Yeah.
If you have a very solid run game, or you're playing against a very terrible defense against the run, right?
Yeah.
20 is a lot of carries. And a lot of teams nowadays, they're breaking that up because even the Eagles have a second running back as well.
Yeah.
That will give Saquon that break as well.
Yeah, the window that he needs.
Yeah, give him a little breather or whatever, right?
Wow.
So, on the other side,
I hope he gets it, but I don't think he will. I think it will go to, deservedly so, Josh Allen.
Yes, it would be awesome to see him get that though.
Well, it always goes to quarterbacks, man. It doesn't. When was the last time a running back?
I know.
Got the MVP.
It was what was it? Charles Woodson's the only defensive player to ever get it. Yeah. He had an absolutely ridiculous freaking season. I did see a thing. I thought I had saved it, but it was literally the Giants have 3 wins all season.
Did you see that? Who's the backup?
You mean the third string?
Yeah.
It's Drew Lock from Lee Summit.
Yeah. Shout out to Drew Lock for destroying the Giants' chance of getting the
the
First
number one
pick in the draft.
They beat the snot out of freaking.
Yeah, they did.
Like their first win at home all year.
Oh my God, dude.
Like they have 3 wins this season, right? And I saw a thing, and it was talking about like the Royals have, it was like since October, the Giants have 3 wins. The Royals also have 3 wins since October.
Wow.
It's like, ooh. And the baseball season's been done for
a while now.
A couple months now, including the Royals who, they made it to the first round, but and then, got beat up.
I love that, like, he sabotaged their potential for getting Shador.
Yeah, I know.
Because, like, what now he's going to go to, what, Tennessee?
Is it me or does this glass have like a leak? Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
I don't know. Yeah, it's you've got some leftovers there.
Because you didn't like spill it or nothing.
No.
Huh, it's interesting. All
so
right.
yeah, is Shador going to go to Tennessee?
Honestly, I feel like that would probably be better.
I mean, the Giants are as bad of an organization as Chicago Bears are, so I wouldn't want my fucking kid to go there if I was Dion.
There's no way that they're gonna take 2 quarterbacks in a row, back-to-back seasons.
Would you be surprised?
Well, I mean, freaking the Lions took a wide receiver, first pick every year for 8 years.
Yeah. So at this point, the Bears, they can still get a top 8 pick, which is wild.
Yeah. And that's even including with like their whole trade thing, right?
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to lose a pick or whatever this year because of their trading.
But now they can just like, we suck.
Okay. We suck more this year than we did last year.
But Caleb Williams is, man, build around this kid.
Ultimately,
build around him.
I heard a thing. It was from Cowherd. And I'm trying to remember how they were phrasing it, but or maybe it wasn't Cowherd. It was some other bigger name sportsman.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like they've heard rumblings that apparently Caleb Williams really did not want to go to Chicago originally anyway.
Man, whatever.
But I mean, and that's kind of going off of the
I don't believe any of that because everyone has a fucking opinion.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like that was the thing. Like, it's been documented. Like Eli Manning basically refused.
Yeah.
To go.
Well, no, his dad,
San Diego. Or
his dad didn't want him to go there.
Mm-hmm. And so he basically said, like, I'll just not play if I get drafted. Then
force the trade, and then that's Drew Brees played what, like 1 season there
for San Diego.
And then he got traded back to New Orleans. Like,
he was with San Diego for a couple seasons, I think. And he was solid in there, but they're like, oh, like we're never going to end up winning with Drew Brees as a quarterback because he's undersized and this and that and everything else. And
look what happened.
San Diego still had Drew Brees went out to freaking
win a
New
goddamn
Orleans
Super Bowl
and played great for several years.
For a decade.
Yeah. With the Saints. I mean, he's a hero in New Orleans.
Yeah, that dude doesn't he'll never buy a beer anywhere.
No.
His meals are always paid for.
Yeah. And that's one of those things. I mean, it's going to be similar to, like Mahomes in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
And probably, Kelsey.
And Kelsey.
And, a handful of other people.
Yeah.
I mean, and I got to talk about this. Like, and I've talked about it, too, with a couple other people. Kareem Hunt, coming back to Kansas City. And as soon as I knew he was coming back, I'm like, that dude's going to be playing harder than he's probably ever played.
Because he wants a goddamn Super Bowl ring.
And because he got released because of his transgressions. I almost said allegations. Like, wait, no, it wasn't allegations.
No, it happened.
Proven.
It was video evidence.
And he went to the place where players go to just
the Browns
die, the Browns, and got himself into some trouble there. And like there was actually an audio recording from a cop that had pulled him over for a DUI, thing, and he was very upset about, it was like during Super Bowl weekend.
Was it like one of those, do you know who I am?
No,
videos?
It wasn't that. Like they knew who he was. and basically were, trying to talk to him, and he was like extremely distraught because he had realized he fucked up.
Yep.
And basically stating he's like, I should be at the Super Bowl this weekend.
You should be.
Yeah, and because of his transgressions,
shoulda, woulda, coulda,
got in trouble. So I'm like, when they brought him back, it's like, all right, that's awesome, and what he did was not awesome.
Yeah,
but I mean, he pretty much did his time as best as you can in the NFL, I guess, by playing with the Browns. But like, some of the plays he's done have been incredibly smart. He had that one breakaway; he could have literally ran it in. Like, and nobody was stopping him.
Yeah.
And he was running
like,
what the
game,
hell
dude.
is going on?
He knows the game.
And so he literally just landed on his ass. He just stopped and plopped down on his ass. Like, at the 5-yard line, just to eat more clock.
He knows the game, dude.
And MVS did that. So, I mean, that's
where... Yeah, that was... it's selfless plays like that.
And that's the thing that sets the Chiefs apart from... Like, yes, you could say that they've gotten lucky on a lot of stuff. I'm not negating
yes, they have.
I'm not negating that as well. But... when it comes down to it, they have made some incredibly smart plays. Yes, Layla is playing.
What did she?
It's a button to, like a wooden button to like a mirror or some wooden thing.
Don't eat it. Hey. Hey.
Damn cat. But so that's what is setting the... in my opinion, is setting the Chiefs apart. Like, I've been listening to all these other sports pundits talk about what is setting the Chiefs apart.
Yeah.
Like the certain plays or like winning the close games. Like it's not always about the blowout wins, right? To me, it's like when you watch the Chiefs week in, week out, it's seeing them do plays like that where they're doing the selfless plays. They are playing smart.
Yeah.
And ensuring that they're winning.
And they're good. They're a good team.
Yeah.
They get it.
Despite the close lucks and whatnot.
Yeah, despite a lot of luck in their favor.
You can argue the penalty thing too, but it's been shown lately
they're the most penalized team.
They are the most penalized team. And then like if you look at if you start watching some of these other games, it's like I've been watching. Like, what was it? Mike McDaniels got irate and apparently got like $1 million fine for it too. One of his players tackled somebody, and it was an aggressive tackle, but it did not warrant a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Yeah,
and gave up the 15 yards and a first down. And I think Miami ended up coming, still winning that game.
Yeah,
but like. Mike McDaniels was irate. And it was funny because like I was watching the video of it and it was the commentators were talking about it and he's like, I'm an offensive guy and that's not unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
It's like, is it a hard tackle? Yes. It is not it should not be a penalty.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Mike McDaniels, like he was like 10 yards out in the game. And you see like towards the end of the clip, like his handler, like, comes out and
pulling him back.
Like he's like, come back here, Mike.
Yeah.
Come back here.
Calm down now.
Like,
calm down.
I was talking to Jen about it. I'm like, a lot of these teams are like, because these coaches are not always they're so focused on the game, they're not always paying attention where they are spatially.
Yeah, and that's why they need
they're
that
hiring
guy.
people to basically watch where the coach is.
Yeah,
and be like, hey, come back this way, buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an interesting last couple weeks. Did you watch the thing I sent you about some of the Pop-Tart Bowl stuff?
Oh, dude.
We should have watched that.
I know.
I'm so bummed that we missed that.
That shit was hilarious.
But they did put
the
out...
fact that he came back, he is risen.
He is risen.
And Gina's like, wait, is that the old, like, did they, like, emulate how he looked out of the toaster?
So basically,
and I'm just like, yes.
If you go back and look at it, like, after the players,
yes.
The quote,
after
players ate
him.
him. Like, that's what he looked like, and they emulated it. I'm like, that is disturbing, but also hilarious.
Amazing.
And they did the 3 this year, right? And
they
apparently
did the wild berry, the chocolate,
and was it s'more?
Was it s'more?
I think it was s'more. I thought it was s'more.
Because the OG one was strawberry, right?
Yeah. And
amazing.
But like they had literally just like Pop-Tarts is doing it really well. Like they They got approval from the NCAA to make the sidelines have sprinkles.
Yeah.
The goalpost wrap, the padding that goes around the goalpost, was the foil that they use for Pop-Tarts.
Man,
like they are.
Who'd have thought that this would be like the premier bowl game?
Pop-Tart is. I think in another couple of years they're going to be one of the top ones, right? Like the Sugar Bowl or Orange Bowl or whatever. And then they're going to have like a special release Orange Bowl Pop-Tart.
Whoever's like doing their social media stuff is a fucking genius.
Well, that's like I was talking to. Have you ever watched or seen any of the National Park Service?
Oh yeah. Stuff? Oh dude, yeah. I followed their Twitter.
Oh yeah. Like I've came across the thing today and was talking to Jen about it. But anyway, what I was trying to get at is FanDuel did a best Pop-Tart bracket.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they have number 1 is strawberry.
Number 1 overall seed is strawberry.
Yes.
I don't agree with that.
And they just did a 16-team bracket.
Okay.
With number 16 being grape. I don't think I ever had
why
grape.
Would I? No.
Ooh, man, yeah. All right. So, hold on, I gotta move around.
Can you pull this up on the big screen?
Actually,
by
yes,
chance?
I can.
Because I have a lot of opinions about this.
I got some problems with you people.
I've had a lot of Pop-Tarts in my life.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Grape.
All right, so number 1
grape.
Again is strawberry. Frosted strawberry, not plain strawberry.
I disagree with number 1 being strawberry, but anyway.
All right, and then 16 is frosted grape.
That's fair.
Okay.
Sounds like dog shit.
Yeah. Number 2 is frosted wildberry.
I'm out. No.
That does seem odd. Number 15, another one I've never had, frosted banana bread.
No.
I'm like, what? That exists? The hell? Number 3, frosted s'mores. That's one of my go-tos.
S'mores should be number 1. And s'mores is 1.
They're probably going off of like sales. Right?
I don't care.
I don't care. You should go off of And then so number 3, frosted s'mores. Their competitor is frosted raspberry. All right.
I never had a raspberry Pop-Tart,
which is the 14 seed. Yeah. The number 4 is frosted brown
blueberry. Blueberry is a 13.
I love both of these.
Me too.
This is a tough one for me.
I think so. I think that should be OG number 1, number 4.
You think the brown sugar should be 1?
That absolutely should be number 1.
I can see the argument for that.
That is the OG Pop-Tart.
But yeah, frosted blueberry should not be down in the 13 seed.
No, that's ugh.
All right. But moving on. Then number 5 is frosted cherry.
Oh, cherry. So good.
I was never a fan of it.
I loved cherry.
I was never a fan of it.
Oh.
But then its competitor at number 12 is unfrosted strawberry.
Do not put unfrosted.
Anything. I'm sorry. No, none
that's
of the unfrosted.
Not a Pop-Tart.
I mean, that's literally the only unfrosted in here.
FanDuel, fuck off. You fucking don't know shit.
All right. So number 6 then is you got, and this was a good one every once in a while, frosted cookies and cream.
Never liked it.
I didn't like it a lot.
But the fact that frosted chocolate fudge is a number 11 is a goddamn hypocrisy. That's
I feel like
terrible.
That's bullshit too. Yeah.
That is a top 5.
Honestly, for me, that should be switched.
Yeah.
Frosted chocolate should be 6. Frosted cookies and cream, 11.
You can tell millennials or some dumbass fucking idiot make this.
And again, it's FanDuel, not Pop-Tarts, right? It doesn't say, FanDuel's in
like you're putting
collaboration with.
You're putting frosted strawberry milkshake bullshit over.
Yeah, number 7,
dude,
is frosted hot fudge sundae.
No,
never had that.
No,
I don't know if that was even one that existed when I was younger.
No.
And number 10 is frosted confetti cupcake.
What the fuck is this?
I have no idea what that is. Then you got number 8, which is like you said, the frosted strawberry milkshake. That should not be over frosted chocolate fudge.
No, chocolate fudge
or blueberry or the frosted blueberry.
That's. Wow.
I'm sorry. I would eat unfrosted blueberry over frosted strawberry milkshake. And then number 9 is you got frosted chocolate chip. And I think that rounds out the whole thing.
What a terrible bracket.
Yes.
Whoever made this should be shot.
I mean, I like the idea of the bracket, but I mean, clearly, Frosted Strawberry wins in the 1 versus 16.
Oh, yeah.
I would vote for, I guess, taking the upset Frosted Chocolate Chip over the Strawberry Milkshake.
Are we going from the left side to the right?
I'm just going to go down the left side, yes.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. One is winning.
God, I hate...
9 is winning.
I hate
4 is winning.
4 is winning.
And 5 is winning.
As much as I love Frosted Blueberry. And then 5 is winning, yes. So we'll have the 1 versus 9.
1 versus 9.
4 versus 5.
Yep.
So now going to the other side.
Number 2 is winning. 100%.
Frosted Wildberry. Like, I've never really had it myself, but
can 7 and 10 be a wash? Like,
yeah, no shit.
Can that be a tie?
I would have to go with the.
I'm going with the fudge.
I'm going to go with the fudge as well. Yeah. Then on the
s'mores.
S'mores
Absolutely. Is going to win the whole goddamn thing.
And then I think 11 Frosted Chocolate Fudge.
Oh yeah.
But then so then we'll go.
So a 3 and 11 seed. Oh man.
So then I'm going to go back the other way then. So you got.
We got to go back
s'mores
to yep.
Versus Frosted Chocolate Fudge. That's a tough matchup.
That is potential for an upset. That is a Cinderella
Frosted
story.
Chocolate Fudge possibly.
I think it could win.
I mean, I love me some the Frosted S'mores.
Me too, dude. Like, it's just chocolate.
I think I'm picking the S'mores though.
Me too.
All right, so we got the S'mores, and then we had Frosted Hot Fudge Sundae versus
Wildberry.
Wildberry's
all day.
That one. All right, so then we'll have
we've got the 2 and the 3.
2 and the 3. All right, so which makes sense for a bracket, right?
Yeah.
All right, so on the other side, we'll start back up at the top. So we got the Frosted Strawberry versus the chocolate chip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.
That's strawberry.
It's strawberry all day.
No question. And then we got brown sugar versus
cherry, dude.
Cherry.
I think this is the toughest one.
To me, it's brown sugar. No question for me.
But I love cherry.
I
think cherry is such a good Pop-Tart.
So, I mean, regardless, it's the 4 or 5 seed, right?
Oh, fuck. We need to just flip a coin. That's a tough one for me, man, because I love both of those.
Hey, Siri, flip a coin. Probably didn't hear it. So, heads would have been the 4, tails would have been the 5. So, it was tails. So, frosted cherry.
Okay.
I'll give you that one. Because you gave me the frosted fudge. Or not the frosted, the s'mores. You gave me the s'mores, so I'll give you the frosted cherry.
That's fair. So we got number 1 seed overall, so frosted strawberry
versus frosted cherry.
Frosted cherry number 5, and the West Coast bracket.
Yeah, and then we got frosted wildberry
against
versus s'mores.
It's s'mores without a doubt.
Oh yeah, s'mores. All right, so then we got s'mores versus
either cherry or strawberry.
I'm gonna go with strawberry.
I'm still going with cherry.
All right, so then we got the 3 seed versus the 1 seed. Strawberry versus s'mores.
It is s'mores all day.
I'm going to go with s'mores.
It is s'mores all day.
And I'm not even a big chocolate person anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm still going with s'mores.
It's so s'mores.
So, all right, what do you guys think? Make sure you do the fan mail, or make sure you message us on Spotify as well, or on our Instagram, and
Yeah. What's your favorite Pop-Tart?
Yeah. What's mine?
Yeah.
Or the s'more and frosted brown sugar were always my top ones.
Yeah. Well, I grew up.
I did occasionally like the frosted blueberry.
So I grew up with the cinnamon, brown sugar one.
Oh yeah, and that one was, to me, was technically unfrosted.
I never ate it. If I'm eating an unfrosted Pop-Tart, it's a toaster strudel that I frost myself.
So not unfrosted.
Well, I mean, it comes unfrosted.
Right. Talking about coming. It looks like it.
Phrasing?
Uh-huh.
There we go.
I said what I said. Because that frosting did not look right.
It tasted right.
Phrasing?
Uh-huh. And the package it came in did not look right either.
Well, you also had to thaw the packaging too.
Still didn't look right.
No, it looked like jizz. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, all right. We need to get into another beer, sir.
S'mores, all-time favorite Pop-Tart.
It's
Hands
definitely
down.
one of mine. I know I ate a lot of that.
Hands down.
The chocolate fudge and the frosted brown sugar. Because I think my mother was a big fan of the, she ate a lot of the brown sugar one. I mean, strawberry and blueberry were my fruited ones.
I feel like cherry always had the most amount of frosting on it.
I could see that.
And that's got to have that frosting.
Got to get that extra sugar.
Gotta get frosted, son.
I need to watch. I was showing Jen. Have you watched the film with Tom Hanks in it? No, it's not Tom. Jerry Seinfeld. It's
his Pop-Tart movie.
Yeah.
No.
It looks interesting.
No, I'm out. I'm out because Jerry Seinfeld doesn't think that anyone is creative or funny anymore, and then he made a movie about Pop-Tarts.
Well, it was about the
he
fight
thinks,
for coming up with the perfect breakfast pastry, if you will.
Fuck Jerry Seinfeld. He's only good in the show, and that's it. His stand-up sucks.
I didn't mind the show. I mean, granted,
I love Seinfeld.
I didn't mind the show, but whenever he did the stand-up, I didn't care for that stuff.
Exactly, it's not good.
And it was just, and I hate to say it because I know how much people love him, and I've kind of grown a little more of affinity for him. But to me, it was similar to Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg was so much better than Jerry Seinfeld.
But I felt like some of the delivery stuff, maybe not delivery, but like the mechanics on how they went about their stuff, to me felt very similar. And that's why I struggled.
Yeah, it's daily observation.
That's why I struggled with Hedberg for a while.
Oh, dude, I love Mitch.
Just because of having watched a bunch of the Seinfeld show and not really enjoying his stand-up. And like, I'm a big stand-up person. Like, I remember many nights, my dad had HBO and watching, stand-up stuff with him. Like, I watched a lot of George Carlin growing up. I mean, and that's, that's an icon.
He's the guy.
I mean, I remember watching Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't think he's funny.
Oh, fuck them. He's amazing.
I like him, but I can understand why people don't like him because, in the same thing for a while, I didn't really care for Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Right? Because of their delivery. It's just like there's certain people that I, haven't cared for.
Yeah.
But like, Rodney Dangerfield, because like one of the jokes is like, my kid asked me for a BB gun for Christmas. He got me a sweater with a bullseye on the back.
Well, like one of my favorite like Mitch Hedberg jokes is like I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to as well.
Yeah, I think it was more like the voice that kind of offset me on him too.
Well, and for me, like I smoked a lot of weed listening to Mitch Hedberg.
See, and like that's one of those things that like I never really got into. So
like I was a stoner listening to a stoner comedian.
Yeah. Because I remember watching Eddie Murphy Raw a bunch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Which is funny because if you look back now, like, there's the whole thing about Bill Cosby on there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I called up Richard Pryor and told him what happened. And Richard Pryor said, tell Bill Cosby to kiss my ass. Have a coke and a smile. Shut the fuck up.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers. I was just going to jump right into it.
What are we drinking, Brian?
So this is from Boulevard. It is the Nutcracker, which is their winter warmer.
It's a good beer.
I haven't had it in a while.
I get this beer every year.
Do you?
Yeah.
7.8%. 45 IBUs. It does not have, to me, it has like no bitterness to it.
No, that's a fucking smooth beer.
Yeah. So speaking of beers, you gonna get your 10 done?
No.
No?
Nope. I did 7.
Got 7. I was joking. I'm like, you should have just copped out and did like a hop refresher.
Well, what's funny is like
he's like, that's a complete cop out. He's like, it's not even a brewing, it's infused. I'm like, doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, I have written down 12 recipes.
It just came down to timing. Did you ever get that lager done that you were and Clancy were going to work on?
No.
No.
Timing.
Yeah.
Like in the past 2 weeks, dude, I'm not going to brew like when my dad's in town.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not. Sorry.
And you guys have been busy at the brewery because you guys are starting to ramp up, or I guess we are starting to ramp up for, the release of cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which will then start getting us into stores and stuff too.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited.
And so I am brewing all of those beers.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Which
congrats, sir.
I nail the flagships.
Yeah. Which, I mean, ultimately, that's
what you need
the
to
ones
do.
You need to be nailing. Yeah. And I was talking to somebody about this recently. It was talking about there was something that got posted on Beer Tasting KC about Rad AF and being brewed in Colorado.
I saw that. Yeah.
And so, like, there was a lot of back and forth, and somebody got on there, somebody involved with City Barrel, and admitted, like, yeah, we have not been able to keep up with production of Rad AF just as our own facility, so we had to contract it out.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good problem to have.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like...
That's not local.
It's not local. Okay, whatever. That's not going to bother me. It's the fact that they have other beers in distro as well.
Yeah.
And this is the conversation I was starting to get into, where it's like, okay, Wee-Bit is like one of our more popular beers, but people still really like the Lucent and really like the Kickstand. So it's like, okay, which are the other main distro beers?
Yeah.
Right? So my concern, or I guess what I was talking about, was like much like Martin City, right?
Yeah.
Where everybody's hard way.
Yeah.
Like, they have other beers out there. It's like, but like if you are basically building your whole brand on a singular beer, I mean, good on you.
Yeah.
For being able to run a business where, okay, one beer basically covers everything. But at the same time, like, knowing Nolan, I'm like, he's not going to really want that either.
Yeah.
And I can see where because I know, like, Boulevard, everybody's always about the wheat, right?
Yeah.
Wheat
or the Pale
Tank
Ale
7.
or, yeah.
Pale Ale was the original beer. That's what he wanted to be the most popular beer.
Yeah.
And it's not. Same thing with KC Beer Co.
Yeah.
He wanted
the
Helles.
It's Dunkel.
He wanted Helles to be the main beer. And it's Dunkel.
It's a good beer.
I don't think Nolan's fixated on, like, oh, I want this beer to be the main beer.
Well, I think he wanted Kickstand to be the main beer, and now it's Wee-Bit.
Wee-Bit, yeah. But like the other ones still do well.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
Like, dude,
and maybe
dude,
the other
I love
beers,
Lucent out of a can, dude.
Yeah, and I say, like, I'm not.
It tastes so good out of a
I'm
can.
not big on pale ale, so I don't. I've only had it out of the can a couple times.
Yeah.
And maybe the other breweries, it's the same thing, where it's like, okay, everybody just hears about the one beer. So I think in the next year, it'll be interesting to hear, like, okay, is everybody all about the Wee-Bit?
Yeah.
And we're mostly surviving off the sales of Wee-Bit.
Yeah.
Not surviving. I mean,
but getting by or whatever.
Yeah, really, I guess profitable as a loose term, if you will, because of Wee-Bit sales. And then everything else is just like subsidiary.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, oh yeah, we have Tippin, we have whatever.
Yeah, the seasonal. Or whatever. Because I know he plans on the seasonal.
We have Tradition Ale that's out
being,
there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I haven't heard much about Tradition Ale in a while.
I mean, I brewed it.
Yeah, I know you brewed it. Sent it out.
What, a month and a half ago?
Well, you've already sent it out.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had that partial. That was very small.
It's still in there.
Well, because we have back to a full tap list.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is very
just gotta go in there, and it is. I kind of dig this.
This is a good playlist. Yeah, it's been good.
It's very Nolans. It's very Les Aventons Roulés.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really curious. So that was the conversation we were having. It's like you would think that companies would want multiple beers.
Yeah.
To be popular. I mean, and maybe that's the argument to be made for a variety pack, if you will. I mean, maybe it comes down to, Nolan ends up doing a 12-pack where you get 4 of each one. Or, if, we do like a beta where, they do 3 of the main 3, and then they have their seasonal as well.
I think that, I
mean, that might be the play.
Because it could potentially be Tippin or...
Each season, because Tippin is... For this season,
winter.
Is the one out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the next one will probably be Mousetrap.
Yep.
And then I know Mary Monk was the one before.
We're not doing, unfortunately, rest in peace.
We Heavy?
Yeah.
Really? He's not going to do it anymore?
It's not on the brew schedule.
And he didn't do it last year either.
Nope.
All right.
But it could be, potentially be a every other year.
Then this would be the year.
Yes, but
because you didn't do it last year.
Nope, sure didn't.
But I mean, it's been 2 years since we had Chickadee Check.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, now you're gonna be like, it's been 5 years. We haven't even been open 5 years, motherfucker.
It's been 12 years.
It's
been 800 years.
A dozen years later.
What does the lady say in the Titanic? It's been 85 years.
It just drops the thing and drops the crystal into the ocean.
What a dumb bitch.
I'm sure there's a lot of people like, I bet there was a lot of mixed emotions and like first time seeing that. She's like, yeah. And then half the crowd, what the fuck?
Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
All right. What are you looking forward to in the new year, sir?
Oh, good question. I don't think it's anything that I'm looking forward to myself. For myself, I should say.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to Gina being done with school.
She doing all right with that?
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm looking forward to having more time to spend with her.
Yeah. I know, like, you guys, you know, you've had a lot of time together, but then you got married and she pretty much started school.
Yeah, it's been
so, yeah.
It's been rough, man. It's been rough.
I get that. I was in that situation many, many years ago. And, you know, kind of to an extent now where it's like, you know, Jen and I, like, we don't always get, like, sometimes, like, she only sees me if she comes up to the brewery.
Well, and, like, you know, I feel, as we're recording this episode, it was the day after the Monk Club party.
Yeah.
And she could not eat anything there.
I know. Well,
So
I know
we-
even
Like,
one of our other
we
friends.
had to leave so
Yeah.
so we could go home and make dinner.
Because I even tried to help you. You asked me, they're like, what do you think about this? I'm like, that looks like it has bread on it.
Yeah. So, like, I felt, what time did you end up leaving last night?
I pretty much helped close down.
Until, like,
there
10
was still a
o'clock?
couple people. I think we left, it was before 10, but it was, I'm pretty sure it was after 9.
But
And like,
I
there was
felt
still
bad.
a couple people there, and no one was basically trying to get. I know it was after 9:30.
Yeah.
but no one was trying to get people out. But like, he had friends from out of town there, but he's like, I'm gonna stay and hang out. But,
Yeah.
like, you know, please, like, everybody get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was having a good time and just hanging out. So I think it was a good thing doing it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the year, where like, okay, there's most of the people that were probably still hanging out probably weren't working today.
Yeah.
Or the rest of this week. And so it's like kind of worked out. And because I know like Nigel ended up bouncing apparently sometime during.
Yeah, what time did he leave?
Sometime during when we were doing
Must
the
have been
whole
like
gift
8:30 or
exchange thing.
something.
Because he was going off to Diametric because they were doing their holiday party as well. And so like I wanted to leave a lot sooner than I did just because I hadn't been able to spend much time with Jen as well.
Yeah.
And
I was like, I wanted to leave at 8 o'clock.
And I almost wanted to leave then too, but then it's like, okay, I guess I'm running the gift exchange thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
"Hey, do you want to do this? Like, no, I don't want to do this.
And so I took it over, and I'm like, okay, that's my space. It's not my space, but I run that space.
It is though.
So like I basically just took it over, do what I do.
You did
in
great,
that
by the
space.
way. That was
Thank you. I had a lot of fun doing that. Doing the whole gift white elephant.
Yeah, you nailed it, man. That's good.
You know, and I just try to make it fun, and
Yeah,
and I guess, you know, explaining the gifts helps everybody kind of realize, like,
yeah.
and I think that's what helped kind of
and-
expedite certain
Yeah.
things as well.
God, it took forever last year, dude.
And I wasn't even over there. I just stayed over in the brewery
It was
and worked because like I wasn't seeing anybody at that point, and you know, I'm like, I didn't do the gifts exchange, you know, the white elephant thing. I'm like, I'll just stay over here and help with, you know, beers, whatever.
Yeah,
And just keep tabs on the tap room.
yeah.
But this year I'm like, and so when we did leave, I ended up apologizing to Jen. I'm like, I'm sorry, babe, like that I ended up getting held up there. But Jen had absolutely great time.
Yeah.
She
It
loved
was fun. It was fun.
And I'm super glad that, you know, the Mug Club, a lot of the Mug Club members have embraced Jen being a part of the transparent, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, because like, you know, she's she had several people that she ran around to and caught up with, and talked with and hung out with, and I'm like,
I mean, same with Gina. Like when we first showed up, she was just like chatting with Deb and Dorothy, and
which is nice because we were busy,
and Jen, like she was chatting with like all the girls, and I'm just like, cool. Like I don't have to like
I want to spend time with you and hang out with you, but I'm like, I'm glad that you have somebody to hang out with, spend time with. That way, like if I need to break off or I need to keep working, I can't.
I don't have to worry about like, are
you just hiding off? Are you just over in a corner, just waiting for me to come to you then?
But we're also not in high school anymore, so like, you know.
And so like, I kept asking her, like, did you have a great time? And she's like, She's like, that was so good. She's like, I needed that so much. Like, she was so glad to have been a part of it. I'm like, I'm glad you came out and hung out, and I'm glad that you have made a lot of friends within the Mug Club community as well.
Well, and like Gina feels the same way. She's like a very social person, and she wants to like hang out and talk to people and stuff. And I'm just like, this is your time.
Yeah.
Like if there's a night to do it, it is the last one of the year.
Well, and that's what like Jen was just pointing out. She's like, she's like, we haven't really like hung out in a while. Like not even us, but she's like, she had a concern, and I, addressed it, and I'm glad that she brought it to my attention. She's like, you haven't asked me to come hang out in a while. I'm like, I apologize. I honestly hadn't thought about it, but you are more than welcome to come up there whenever you want.
Yeah.
To hang out. I'm like,
it doesn't have to be on a Tuesday or a Thursday. It can be a whatever fucking day of the week. It can be Saturday.
If I'm up there, like, please feel free to come up and hang out. I mean, I don't see her going up there if I'm not there.
Yeah.
At least not frequently. Anyway. Like maybe if she decides she wants to eat up there.
Yeah.
Even though I'm usually there, right? I mean, we're open Tuesday through Sunday. I'm usually there. Wednesday is the off day that I may or may not be there, really. But so I'm glad. I'm like, I know you had talked about like, we hadn't really hung out in a while out in public or whatever. So I'm like, I'm glad you came out and we were able to have an enjoyable evening like that. And I told her, I'm like, I apologize though that, I was busy doing my own, doing work stuff, if you will.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm super glad that you were there. So, yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. So now we just need to start getting ready for the next one.
Yeah. And March.
Ish.
It's got to be every quarter, right?
It's supposed to be every quarter, yes.
We only had 3 this year.
Yes.
I think that was a grievance.
It was a grievance. And he was like, oh, wait, we're doing one next week. He's like, well, we could be doing one tomorrow on Festivus. Did you see that no one gave him another Mug Club growler?
No.
Yeah. Because that was one of his grievances. And, and not necessarily towards us, but then, like, because he didn't do the gift exchange, and I came back, and Jeremy's like, look at what I got. It's a Festivus miracle. And I'm only guessing that no one gave him a new mug. Or not mug. No, mug.
A growler.
A new Mug Club growler.
That's amazing.
And I told Jeremy, I'm like, dude, like, if I would have thought about it, like I would have to probably talk to no one about it. But like, I'm sure we would take care of you, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. You know us.
Yeah, come on. Like, we're going to try to take care of,
That's hilarious.
Our view. But like, it was funny. Like, I came over and he was all excited. He's like, look what I got. And then like, he's just like, it's a Festivus miracle. So that was, I at this point, I think, I know Clarkson's already up to 3 grievances.
Yep.
I mean, Dunkel being number 1.
Yep.
But I feel like at this point he has more anti-grievances, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Or what's the opposite of a grievance?
An appreciation?
Yeah. Maybe. He's like, and then he told me, he's like, I think you're going to be on this, not on the list as much this year. I'm like, okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Granted, we made the joke like I'm on that list a lot because I'm the person that he's usually around.
Yeah.
Because like the one day that
Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays and even like Saturdays. Like the one day he doesn't usually come in is like Wednesdays.
Yeah.
When I'm not there.
Yeah.
Because during the wintertime, he goes and plays curling over in Blue Springs.
Yeah.
So like if you didn't know, there's a curling place over in Blue Springs that does curling during the winter months.
If you want to,
if you want to get into curling,
if you want to curl,
get your curls on, or sweeping.
Sweep.
Because they're sweeping and curling. Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Tomato, tomato. 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Potato, potato.
Yes.
Anyway.
Indeed.
All right.
Well.
Whew. All right.
About time to wrap it up.
It is about time to wrap it up, everybody. Again, being the second episode, despite what
of the year,
and nearing in on let's see, this was episode 50, right? Yep. We're quickly closing in on 52, which will be a full year of releasing episodes.
So at this point, by the beginning of 26, 100.
Yeah. We're coming for Nigel.
Yep, bitch.
It's funny. He cracks me up where he's like, you guys are really aggressive. We're like, yeah? Well, should we not be? Like, trying to catch you. He's like, you'll miss some. Fuck you, Nigel.
No, we won't.
Not yet, we haven't. He was really surprised that we hadn't already missed one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, he's like, you recorded every week? I'm like, no, we release an episode every week.
Yes.
But we have not recorded every week. He's like, okay, fair.
We've missed we've missed at least a month and a half.
Overall, yes.
Yeah.
Not in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think the most we missed in a row was like we didn't record for probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like there was literally a 2-week gap in between recordings. But we had
it's only ever 2 weeks at a time though.
Well, usually we've been every other week.
Yeah.
Occasionally we've been able to do every week, but I feel like the most we've done in a row is 4.
Yeah.
And we actually did 2 episodes a couple of those weeks. So we had a nice backlog going.
Yeah.
But the most we had was basically a 3-week period where we recorded. We had 2 weeks, 2 Mondays we didn't record, and then on that third Monday we recorded again.
Yeah.
And like we were pushing it on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been able to release an episode every week. And I told Nigel, I'm like,
crushing it.
He's like, yeah, we release episodes whenever. I'm like, you realize, like, granted, they're not struggling with growth.
Yeah. Hey-o.
And they've been doing it longer.
Phrasing.
I said what I said. But like, when I was doing the streaming thing, it's consistency is key.
Yeah.
So it's like knowing that there's going to be an episode potentially every Friday.
Yeah.
Is huge. And people are getting to the point, like I know Jen's talked about it. She's like, oh, like you got a new episode out today.
Yep.
And we've heard
looking forward to Fridays.
Yeah, like realizing that, like, hey, when I wake up on Friday, like getting ready or going out to work, hey, there's a new episode. They're ready.
Yep.
So yeah.
I'm right, dude. Yep.
I'm like, consistency.
It's great, dude.
Consistency is key, man. Like
that's how you grow shit.
It does make
phrasing.
Hey-o. It works. I don't know what other one I would have hit, but it works. Maybe this. We haven't hit many buttons this episode.
No.
So, clap it up, everybody. Come on, clap it up. Clap it up. All right. But again, we are staying consistent because of the support we are getting from the listeners, subscribers, supporters of the show, and we're gonna keep doing better.
We will try our best
to do better
every episode.
Get gooder.
Damn right.
Again, I spell gooder Gudder.
Gudr with an umlaut.
Umlaut over the D?
Over the U.
Over the R?
Gooder.
I've been coming up with ideas for more stickers and stuff. Like one of the ideas I had was for a good time, listen to Poor Decisions.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, like kind of like something like you'd see in a
Yep.
bathroom stall.
Yep,
For a good time, call. For a good time, call.
Listen.
Listen to Poor Decisions. With just our faces on it. Hey. All right. Anyway, thank you, everybody. And we will talk at you next episode.
Listen to us. You'll listen to us.
Yeah, and we will talk at you.
Bye.
We will be in your ear holes.
Bitches.
Cheers.